Okay, this is um I got the idea to take my Disneyland file and copy it when we found out we could copy it. So it's my Disneyland file, but it's a little different. This is the copy of the file instead of the regular file. And we have put a Minecraft cart all over the whole entire thing. So it goes through the hotel that we stayed at and through the gift shop and out the door. And it is now one big, ginormous roller coaster. Goes past IHOP, Denny's, McDonald's, and then it goes across the street and oh, sorry about that. And down the way to Disneyland, which I think takes a lot more time in Minecraft World. Anyway, the I got the idea to make this into a roller coaster because there is a YouTube sensation named Unspeakable that saw a roller coaster that was 48 minutes long. Now, I felt challenged to make one that's even longer than that. And that was just great moments with Mr. Lincoln, which is not finished yet, still. By the way, this is Main Street. It's a little movie theater. Oh, this is a little corridor that starts out with a general store that has the old time telephone with the party line. Pretty cool. Oh, there's our castle over there in front. And there will be no stops because this is a roller coaster. There was Mickey Mouse. Here's the Sleeping Beauty exhibit. Don't get to see much of it. Peter Pan. You just don't get to see enough of this exhibit. I mean, this ride. Hey, I wasn't supposed to stop. Okay. You don't get to see enough of the ride when it's in roller coaster mode. This is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And I'm sorry because it's a roller coaster and it goes from outside to inside. You get every single queue line. And we redirected a few of these. We redirected a few of the tracks because they needed to be fixed so the roller coaster would be continuous. And I'm actually very curious of how long this thing's gonna be because it was over an hour when you didn't have it in roller coaster mode. And look, now we're going on Skyway. You may not remember Skyway. Skyway was the bucket ride that went through the Matterhorn and apparently slows down back there, but Matterhorn's still not really added to. It's not perfect. but it's getting there. And over on our left is Mission to Mars. And over to our right is hover bumper spaceships, but we're not going to see that right now because we're going to go back the way we came. Oh, and over to the right it was the monorail, which I finally finished, but I'm probably going to move part of it later, once I put in Toontown and figure out um, where Star Wars Land goes. And over to our right is Storybook Canal Boats and Dumbo and Casey Jr. And then we're gonna go down! And Pinocchio. And that was Monstro, that big blue thing with the teeth and eyes. Then Snow White. Once again, I'm sorry about the queue lines. Sword in the Stone. And we're gonna go on the carousel. That was kind of hard to rig up, but it happened. We're only going once because, of course, we gotta go off onto the next thing. I didn't know how to make it be to where you could, go around like, say, 3 times. That was the statue of Sleeping Beauty and Prince Philip. Now, that's a random hallway that I think I added. Pretty sure I added it. Pirates of the Caribbean still not finished, but it does go in a continuous circuit. It means it goes from beginning to end. And it's going to look really weird for all of you who've seen it before because it's going really fast this time. And here's the random hallway because we haven't finished the ride. And the totally random hallway. And the use of ender rods, I think those are called. End rods. Ender rods. I'm not sure which. Um, and then we're going outside again. And since they're now allowed... Oh, and this is a Blue Bayou restaurant. I actually put in tables and chairs and light fixtures and don't worry, we don't have to go and stop every second to go through this line. We've made it go fast. Um, oh, and I found a new cool way to put a track on the water. You put glass where you want the track to be, and then it looks like it's on the water. See, I was using blue concrete before, but it was just a little too noticeable, so then I fixed it. And this is Haunted Mansion. Oh, and that was New Orleans Square train station that we're just at. And I don't actually remember there being this much brick, but I thought it looked really cool. And once again, the queue line's going to be a little dizzying. Look away if you need to. And the gravestones. Okay, now we're going to the Haunted Mansion so you can look again. And this is going to look a little funny because, once again, it's a roller coaster. So it's going all by itself. There was a birthday party. Now we're in the attic. And that was the guy with the cat and all the graves. Because we're in the graveyard. And then the hitchhiking ghosts. And we're out of here. And then Splash Mountain. And I'm sorry, this one's really dizzying, so you can look away if you need to. Oh my gosh. I built it and I get seasick. Okay, now we're on the ride. And we're going up and down and up and down, and because I didn't know how to build it, so I just built it, basically freehand, figured out what I wanted it to do and or what I needed it to do, and came up with something. And 5-story drop, ah! And then zippity doo dah, zippity day, and then we're out of here. And then we gotta go up and over the track once more. Oh, and then Bear Country Jamboree. Because, of course, I got all the good stuff in here. And we're about to pass Tigger, Eeyore. There's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet over there. This is the store in Pooh Corner. And then we go over here to America Sings. And yet another slightly dizzying queue line. Had to rip out a door. Look. America Sings. And then we go over here to the Winnie the Pooh ride, which I totally made up. It does not necessarily go like this because I haven't been on it. So the only thing I know about it is there's this one dark spot where there's a honeycomb, a beehive hanging from the tree. It's the only part I know besides the entrance. So, I'll finish building that one these days. And then we go out here and really good view of Splash Mountain. And then we go out here and what are we going to go on? Oh, apparently we're on a canoe ride. The canoe ride that goes around Tom Sawyer's Island. Wow, we're up to 15 minutes already. And we made that a mossy wall because it just seemed like, it should be a mossy wall. Oh, that's the Princess Fantasy Fair or whatever it's called. I haven't been there either. I'm a ride person. Okay, now we're going on Mark Twain Steamboat. And, oh, no. Then we're going to Tom Sawyer's Island. Neat fireplace in the building. We're going around the part where the caves are because I didn't know how to build the caves and haven't built them yet. That's a place where you can eat. I mean, what where you can get food. That's a place where you can eat. The tables. And then we're gonna go outside. And now we're going on the boat that looks like a pirate ship. What's that called? Oh, the Columbia. The Columbia. And we also went on one of the um yeah, the little boats that take you over to the island. In there somewhere. And then we're out of here again. And going over to the uh, Bear Cafe. I can't remember what it's called right now. Sorry. I usually know. But anyway, I don't think it's there anymore. And then the Golden Horseshoe Review or Saloon. I've heard it said both ways. Bathroom. That's the eatery in Frontierland. Kind of got shoved over to the side, but it's there. Um, those green things in the stone are topiaries. Animals that you made out of plant. This is Alice in Wonderland. See, you could barely tell that it was, but Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the cards, Queen of Hearts and the King. Then we're going outside and getting dizzy and slowing down. Oh, great. I left a stop in there. Sorry. And the tea party, and that's the exploding cake, and then you're out. And this might be a little dizzying because it's the teacups. So we kind of made a track that reflected those teacups. Hey, there's Monstro. Over here is the Matterhorn. And we're about to go on it. I totally made up the track. So it's making it a little hard to put in the snow so it looks like it's the inside of a mountain. But I'm still working on it. And this is the queue line for the Matterhorn. When I went to this ride the last time, it wrapped around the Matterhorn the way it's supposed to, like this. And then it had two more with the, with the temporary queue line thing. And it was horrible because it was so hot. It was August. Oh my gosh. I don't recommend going to Disneyland in August. Of course, I don't recommend going in July either. Just because it's so hot. There's a waterfall I may have made up. Not sure. Wow, we're up to 20 minutes. There's another waterfall. One of them's made up, one of them's not. And we just passed the bathrooms on the side of Alice in Wonderland, by the way. And we're on the ride! Finally. And you probably wouldn't believe me if I told you it took 2 or 3 days to set this whole thing up as a roller coaster, but it did. Because it is going so smoothly right now. We only had one hiccup. And if you hear a cat in the background, that's Sam. Oh, and I built those little snow golems, or... See, over there's Skyways again. The hover bumper spaceships. This is a place to eat on the right, and that was a stage that people performed on, and it goes underground, and it's pretty cool. No, we're not supposed to stop there either. Oh well. Sorry, you're probably gonna get dizzy. I know you're probably thinking like my husband that we could have gone up and over and it would have, served its purpose, but I want everybody to get the full idea of this. And queue lines make the ride, the roller coaster longer. So, we're gonna fix the 2 hiccups before I make the next video, and probably add some stuff, and it'll make for a really big roller coaster. But my husband says I'm getting ridiculous in the queue line. Yeah, I got totally ridiculous because I didn't know what to do because it needed to be, because the ride's on the roof. Because I think this one's the rockets and then the people mover. Pretty sure it is. And it keeps slowing down every time I do the rounded corner thing. Oh yeah, okay. See, this is the rockets. There. And then we're going left to the people mover. And if you saw that white thing that we just passed through, that's representative of the people mover train. Like that we just passed through. Where are we going next? It's a good question. Astro Blasters. Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. See, in here you go with your little blaster gun, apparently, because I've never been on it, but my son has. So we've got a video of our daughter Ashley and her son Luke and their grandparents, my mom and dad, playing that game, and Luke got the highest score, and he was only like 2 at the time. Okay, now we're going on rocket rods? We'll find out in a minute. or 3. I mean, it goes fast, but it doesn't go that fast. Because I wanted you to be able to see, what's here.
20 minutes on the queue line is 5 minutes on
Not even. My husband was saying that we spend 20 minutes in the queue line and 5 minutes on the ride, and it's like not even. It's been like 3 seconds on the ride. Come on. Okay, then we go upstairs. And yeah, going on rocket rides. Rocket rides was that ride that they had in Disneyland when they were building California Adventure. And I thought I took all the stops out, but apparently I left one in. Um, okay, maybe I left them all in. Anyway, they when they were building California Adventure, they wanted the monorail to go through there, but they put in rocket rides when they were still working on that. Um, I thought it was a fun ride, even though it stopped in the middle of everything, and either it wasn't working right or they wanted to do that on purpose. I thought they wanted to do that on purpose, so I didn't get all upset about it, like some people did. But anyway, I thought it was a pretty cool ride. But it would like go really, really fast and then just stop. And then it would go really, really fast and then stop. So, oh, this is Circarama. That's the movie theater where you go in there and you're standing up and you've got movie theater screens surrounding you, so you feel like you're in the movie even though it wasn't actually 3D. This is Star Tours. Fairly accurate queue line for this part of the building. And the robots, and I made up the rest of the building. I mean, the rest of the queue line. Because I didn't exactly remember what it looked like and had to fill up the space somehow. Oh, look, we still haven't put in the whole entire roof. See, right there. It can rain on Star Tours. Yeah, we made a red floor because I think there was a red floor, but I don't remember. But anyway, it looks pretty cool. And there's like, the pink white brick for the ceiling and glowstone in the middle. Here we go. See? And that was Star Tours. I didn't get to show you what it looked like, but well, not very well anyway. Then we go back outside. And I added Pizza Planet. I don't think it's actually in Disneyland, but something had to go there. This is a movie theater where Honey I Shrunk the Audience and Captain EO is. And then this is a queue line for Space Mountain, which seems to go on forever. And this one took forever to set up because it's a really long queue line. Oh, and those white things are TV screens that show, made up space commercials, or the FedEx Transmillennium commercial. The one alien was sending it through Transmillennium, and Something like, we'll get it there where you want it, or else. And then the boss goes, or else what? Or else they'll be really sad about it? Sorry about it? These are supposedly stars because this is Space Mountain. And then I gave up putting in stars because I was like, there shouldn't be that many stars. And it's too bright. And then we're out of the ride again. And then there's this really big corridor. I remember it being a long corridor. I just don't remember it being that long. We're actually going through innovations backwards from what I'm thinking it would be. So, or, from what it's set up as, I mean. So, because we needed to go over here to Autopia, and there was just no way to do it without having to up and over, and I didn't want to do that. So, anyway, last time I was on Autopia, it looked roughly like this, and I made up what the driving track actually looks like because I've been on it so many times, but I don't remember what it looks like. I know there was at least one spot where like the track goes under the other track, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. So we just did this way, and then we're out of here again. There's the back side of that stage. Um, Matterhorn, and this is something you've probably never seen. This is a hover bumper boats, and I know that they had it in one special about Disneyland, a movie. Um, well, it was probably can't think of what it's called. Wonderful World of Color or something like that. Anyway, so we made that track, reflect that it was hover bumper boats. Oh, look, we found another car. And we skipped over going on Skyways again. That was Mission to Mars. We skipped over the train. That's House of Tomorrow. This is the speedboats that were in Disneyland in 1986. They're probably there later than 1986 also, but I know that they were in 1986. And I loved them, but apparently Disneyland didn't. And I totally made up that track because I only remember going on it maybe a couple of times. Okay, so this is the monorail. And we are actually going the whole hog, the whole track. And yes, you could actually see outside the park. I don't know if there's actually that many trees on that street, but I liked them, so I put them there. Yeah, because I always thought it was really cool. You could you could see the monorail from Denny's, which is across the street. So there's our made up Disney farm, unless it really actually is a Disney farm. Oh, here's a um, train, and there was Desert Inn and Suites and McDonald's and all that neat stuff. This is an unfinished idea that I'm going to put, like trees over here. Here's another monorail train. See, I went with the primary colors because that's what they are. You know, blue, yellow, red, and green. And I started building a building for the Disneyland Hotel. It's really the mansion from my story that I'm writing, but I thought it would look pretty cool. This is it so far. And then there's a whole bunch of nothing. Well, there's the backside of where the train is. There's the backside of my how to build a lit path. There's a whole bunch of nothing over there. Oh, that looks like maybe there might be a village out there. Not sure. Hoping not, though. The backside of New Orleans Square. Whole bunch of stuff you're not supposed to be able to see from the monorail. And this is, I think this is gonna be the Indiana Jones ride if I ever, start working on it. Okay, and then we're just having it randomly go over here. It actually goes outside the park. America Sings again. And some other stuff. And then we just had it randomly go this way. There's the train. The back side of it's a small world. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be able to build It's Small World when I was supposed to build it, but I'm going to figure it out. And then we had to have a dip because, of course, it can't go where the train is. Because it's not supposed to go where the train is, but in Minecraft I had to do that. And you will notice we have 2 submarine rides over here. Because once upon a time, there was a ride called, a movie called 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And it was the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea voyage. But we've also got Finding Nemo, because that's what people are going to remember from nowadays. And that's what we're going on now, is one of the submarine rides. And so far it just has the path, so it looks really cool, but it doesn't have anything in it, like, mermaids or treasure, or at least the sea serpent. I'm at least going to build the sea serpent. And then over here, I think, is where I decided to put the Finding Nemo. But it's basically the same ride over again. So far. And then this is gonna be that spot with the water, and the Queen of Hearts stands there in Disneyland Adventures. This is Storybook Canal Boats. And we're going through Monstro's mouth. Oh no. And then I pretty much made up a whole bunch of storybook stuff because I didn't know how to build the stuff that's actually in there. Because I know there's like Pinocchio's house and the house for Badger and Mole and, and Toad Hall and a whole bunch of stuff. But I definitely put in, like Cinderella's carriage and Little Mermaid and some other stuff I remember being in there. Oh, Aladdin's palace and stuff. This is Dumbo. And I actually changed the track to where you can actually go on the Dumbo ride. Then we're going to Casey Jr. The Casey Jr. Circus train, and those cars are actually labeled to, say monkeys and lions and all that neat stuff. And I forgot to mention that on the Storybook Canal boats, there's actually flowers to represent that quilt that the giant sleeps under just to keep warm for the night. Okay, now we're going off to the tree houses. Oh, there's another place to eat. Okay, this is the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, which I pretty much totally made up from what I remember from the movie. And there's supposed to be something back here, but I can't remember what it was. Still. And then we're going to go through the Tarzan's treehouse, which is boring because I don't know what that one looks like. I checked it out when I was able to go see it. And this is literally what we came up with for Indiana Jones rides so far. The queue line. And look, we're going back again. Oh, cool. It's like night on Minecraft, so you'll get to see my lit path here. I think that's pretty dang cool. This is the Jungle Cruise. There's that Tiger Garden treasure. There's that person doing something. Oh, sorry. The hippos. The elephants. Schweitzer Falls. The explorers. The guy that wants to trade one of his heads for two of yours. I mean, no, two of his heads for one of yours. Aladdin's palace. The tiki room. The tiki room. The tiki room. Frontierland. The rest of Frontierland. The part with the shops. That's a place to eat. That used to be the French Market. And you can get ice cream at that shop on the corner. This is the arcade, and it's actually got the little penny machines that it flips the pictures so it looks like you're watching a movie. That's the place where I thought the arcade was. It's not though. That's the Emporium. That's that big store. The firehouse. Over there in the corner between the firehouse and the yellow is a hidden Mickey on Disneyland Adventures. And now we're going on the train. And oh my gosh, the train goes everywhere, seems like. So we started on Main Street, and I had to put those fences up to keep the trees in check. Because Disneyland's got gardeners, and I didn't, so we used fences. And see, basically, you see the fence and a whole lot of nothing, but we're coming up on something. We're coming up on New Orleans Square. And it's actually got the telegraph. If I haven't told you guys before. That's that thing that's making the dun 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 dun, dun noises when you're standing in line. And see, the train goes through Splash Mountain. It doesn't go through Space Mountain. It just goes through Splash Mountain. And there's a better shot at Tom Sawyer's Island. I mean, a better view. And then we're going through the train. This is the train that gets out at Toontown. And that's going in between. It's a Small World. And dang, it's dark in here. Hey, we've hit the 48-minute mark, and we're not done yet, so. We had to make it go up so it wouldn't crash into the monorail. And then we make it go down again. And this is Tomorrowland Station. And the backside of some rides. And this does not actually see outside the park that I remember. Except for maybe when you're at the Main Street. But, yeah, we had to make it go way up, so we ended up making it go way down. And again, we had to put the fences up to keep the trees in check. Now, the Grand Canyon. And there's that mountain lion. Represented by a dragon head, of course. And then the dinosaurs. Wow, we were going by so fast, they actually kind of looked like they were moving. Okay. And the room with all the lockers. And then we redirected that just for fun. And then we are going to go to California Adventure. Just for the fun of it. We added some stuff to California Adventure because it was kind of like way empty because I don't know what's in it. So there's a present for Mother's Day, a flag for 4th of July, a funky turkey, a jack-o'-lantern, and a Christmas tree. See, he's a funky turkey because he doesn't really look like a turkey because I built him in Minecraft. Anyway, and then this is California Screamin'. I've never been on this either, so I just kind of made it up as I went along. And I may have it going backwards. I have no idea. And then we're going out again. And under the Christmas tree again. And through the jack-o'-lantern. And around the turkey. Oh, and those are trees for Arbor Day. Forgot about that one. Because I know Sally on the Charlie Brown movie wants you to think that Arbor Day is the day when the ships come into the arbor, but it's not. Arbor Day means trees. And here's the parking lot. Apparently we have LED lights and we also have regular old yellow lights. Because it wouldn't let me put any more of those on there. And just in case you guys are wondering what those are the things that make the beacons. And the beacons can be made with, I believe, gold and definitely emerald. You put down 9 squares and then you put the beacon in the middle, and then it should make a beacon. And oh, and that was a miniature golf course over there to the left. Oh, I didn't put the miniature golf course in here. Aw. Now I'm a little sad. Well, I'll fix that next time. You know, after I fix the little problems where the minecart goes and stops. More trees on your left, more fence on your right. And we got this pretty cool thing that's Mickey Mouse. Thinking about building him, you know, as a tall thing, but haven't done it yet because I'm not sure how I would do the shoes. And that coming up on the right is the Jolly Roger motel, hotel, whichever. I know it's the Jolly Roger. And I made it look like a ship because I always thought it should. And this one, oh, that one with the mossy wall is actually a hotel or motel that just happens to look like a castle. And I have no idea what its name was. But I thought it looked really cool, so I built it. There's the gift shop again, and we're back to the hotel. So, we're done, and we'll see you next time.